Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted to start with our first video in my YouTube channel to contribute about academic and scientific knowledge. My first topic is about review article, how to write it, what are the best guidance and steps to write a creative review article. However, before we start this point, we should know what is the review article. What is the difference between review article or review paper with the research article? Usually research article is a writing technical research based on the experimental or numerical simulation. However, the review article is totally different. It depends on the collection of data from the previous published research article. And you should analyze it as a researcher. Find the final or the latest updates. And in some cases, limitations and progress in this particular topic or field. Another difference in a research article, we have introduction, method, material, result, discussion, conclusion, and of course we have abstract in the beginning. But in the review article, we don't have method and material, we don't have result, discussion. These sections are not available because the main goal of the review article is to collect the previous data, analyze them, and is a kind of literature review. What is the latest update in this particular topic? So this is the one of the difference, many difference between them. Another difference, we can find that how to write it. Usually in the review article, you summarize the previous data and present them in a summarized way, either in table or figure. We will explain later. But for research paper or original research article, we have a question or gap. We have to find the problem through either through experimental data or through numerical simulation. Both of them share the same feature, which we need to have references. We cite these references, take idea and knowledge from them. But the way to present, the way to follow the writing is different. As we explained earlier, the review paper doesn't have this section. Methodology or methods and material, result and discussion. These three sections are not available in review paper. Instead, other sections are available, which it totally depend on the review paper, on the topic, on the field you work. So there is not a specific section arrangement format for review article. But for research articles should start from abstract, then introduction, then research, material and methodology, later result, after that discussion or combined together result and discussion, finally conclusion. The format is very different. The way of writing is very different. We will explain later. And also The purpose of writing is different. The purpose of writing for the original research article is to present a finding that it is not found earlier. It was not investigated earlier. The review paper, we collect the previous finding. It is known, but we want to present it in a systematic manner. What is the progress and what is the limitation and how we recommend for the future work. This is the main difference between them. Now we are going to show very important point. How to choose the title. But before we choose title of the review paper, it is very important we know why review paper is important. For any postgraduate, either master or PhD candidate, review paper is important for few points. First, it is a kind of literature review that helps the candidate to know the topic. When the supervisor gives you a topic, you can search, you can read, collect data. A review paper will teach you how to do that in a systematic way and reduce time consumption and effort. You don't want to waste time. You focus and you find how to find the research gap and the topic. And when should you start after that? Another important point, the review paper get too much citation, more citation than original research article. Because in review paper usually collect data, analyze them, and show them in the systematic way. So the people, the researchers, read your published review paper after publication. They always refer to your reference when they start work. Because in your review paper, you investigated in which point the research was stopped, or where is the last point, the latest progress of this particular field. So other researchers will come after you. They want to make more progress. So they refer to your review paper. However, finding the topic title is not an easy task. To make it very easy, we give you an example. Because one of the most important condition for publication of review paper is you should ensure that your review paper was not published, this topic or similar topic or very close related topic were not published in any other publisher like Science Direct, Springer, Tyler and Francis, Wiley, Nature, and so on. But before you do that, how do you choose the topic? Because you have your supervisor gave you very large project, and you should narrow this research step by step to reach to a particular point. Then you start research from that particular point. How? Give you an example. In this example, we see a reverse triangle. The tip of the triangle in below, downward, and the base is upward. The research to make it narrow or to reduce the width of the research, we should go from top to down. Means we reduce the research gap, like this triangle as shown in the Zoom screen. For example, a particular researcher, supervisor gave them tasks about energy area and asked him or her to choose a specific research. For example, in the energy area, first of all, he chose application. What kind of application? Biomedical, devices, agriculture. For example, he chose devices. He is still in the first stage. Device, there are many devices. What kind of device he choose? Battery, fuel cell, capacitor. For example, he chose battery. So the first stage was already included. In the second stage, as we see, number 3 and 4, second stage, the research we did became narrower. The width of research reduced. So from the battery, we have many kind of battery, lithium, and from lithium we have ion, air, alkali, lead acidic. Which one you choose? Because in review paper, if you don't specify, don't reduce the research, you cannot control. You have to write too much. You should be specific. For example, he chose lithium ion. From lithium ion, what kind of material? Anode, cathode, separator? Which one he choose? For example, the researcher choose separator. So the second stage also solve it. In the third stage, number 5 and 6 step, the research again became narrower. From the separator, which kind or what parameter should choose? Preparation method or type of separator or material of separator. For example, he chose preparation method. From preparation method, he chose salt gel, he chose solution casting, or what kind of methodology. For example, he chose solution casting. So the third stage of the research was also reduced. So now we are going to the fourth stage, which is number 7 and 8. In that case, it is reduced more and more. From the solution casting method, which parameters should choose? Chemical solution or fillers or what? For example, he chose filler. From filler, which kind of filler he choose? Graphene, carbon nanotube, or other chemicals. For example, this is the fourth stage, number 7 and number 8. And in that case, the research field became narrower, very close to the tip. For example, he chose graphene. Let us go the fifth stage, step 9 and 10. This is the tip of the triangle, reverse triangle. So step by step, we became more specific. Now we choose graphene. But what we should choose from graphene? Preparation method or modification of graphene. And then we can find the final stage. So imagine from energy application, we came to device, then we choose device and type of the device. After that, which feature of the battery, after that methodology, how to prepare it, from this preparation, which parameter we use. So step by step, we became more specific. But it is very important, before we choose the title, When you reach this stage in the number 10, you should search again in this publisher. You find either this particular topic or very close related topic, either previously published or not. If published, you should change your topic. For example, from preparation method, instead of in the third stage, instead of choosing solution casting, you use Sol-Gel. After Sol-Gel, use other parameter. So again, you repeat that process. If you find that this particular topic was not published earlier, you can go ahead and you can start writing the first outline of the review paper. What is the importance of this research in the review paper? The importance of the review paper is, in that case, when you choose the topic, is about simplifying the things, and you make that research gap to simplify it to very small parts and very clear objective. For example, in that case, you can write, for example, this is just example, maybe not precious 100%. For example, you can write the application of graphene using salt casting method for separator in the lithium-ion battery for energy devices, for example. So by this method, from top to down, you could choose, or even you could find the writing flow, basic writing flow for your review paper. This is very important. If you don't do this methodology, it will be very difficult for you to write the review paper. So now, after you choose a suitable title, how to follow the writing. This is very important. It is very important to know how to follow the writing. Let us look at that. This is my review paper. It's not completed, but I'm going to complete it soon, inshallah. The most important, after choosing title, you write content. In this content, you write heading and subheading after introduction. You should know which kind of topic you choose. For example, in my case, I use it first time conventional sintering technique. After that, hot press technique. After that, hot isostatic technique. After that, spark plasma technique. Later, microwave sintering technique. After that, high gravity combustion sintering technique, and so on, until reach conclusion. And from each of them, for example, in my case, it happened that pressureless sintering is the most used technique in my case. Again, I have subtitle. For example, added oxide, added carbonate, addition of nitrate, addition of other additive. And from each of them, I found the oxide additive is the most used one. So I again had subsection, individual oxide and coaddition. Coaddition means two or more oxide added together. And again, from individual oxide, I found too many research papers. I divided again, based on, you see, from 211 became 2111, based on reactivity, which a substance inside the matrix reacted with the additive, alumina, zirconia, or none of them. So in review paper, you have to find the heading and subheading very carefully. But you can do that after finding the title, at which we explained it earlier. After you found this content, heading and subheading, then you can start writing. Now we are going to the third important point. In the review paper, you should have your own contribution. Your contribution can be shown in many ways. For example, in the review paper, as we can see here, you can see my case. Let us start from here. Page number 11, conventional sintering. I reported previous people. We can see from here which additive we use and each additive how many parameter or subheading have. So one of the main contribution is figure. Imagine this one start from number 11, this section, conventional sintering, and end at page number 36. Page number 36 in my review paper. So in overall, we can say this is page number 36. So we can say that 25 pages is all about only one technique. So one of the ways to show your contribution is have your own figure. Your own figure. Another way of contribution is by table. This is the second way, is by table. Let us see the table. For example, all of these writing, 25 pages, only for one section now, we summarize it in this table. In this table, we have matrices, additive, nature of addition, individual, co-addition, or so on. Reactivity, how they reacted with alumina or zirconia or no, none of them. The additive nature, size, sintering temperature, sintering time, which secondary phase was formed during the sintering process, mechanical properties, and finally, date and reference number. So imagine all these 25 pages summarized in one table. This table is only 4 pages. Of course, the table doesn't include the whole data in these 25 pages, but the importance is your contribution. You show the readers that you understood the topic very well and you make it easy for other people that read your review paper. Once they look at the table, at least they can get more than half information. The other half, how can they get? Of course, they will go back to the paper. They will go back to the paper and they will read the paper from page 11 to 36. Then they can get more information. The third step of contribution is you cannot just report numbers or finding. For example, here I find these people, they have these mechanical properties, all of them. You should have your own justification. For example, here, from the above observation. What does that mean? Above observation, I explained it to many people work before in previous pages. From all of that, it is evident that the coaddition of oxide is very effective. Coaddition of oxide means 2 or more oxide combined together is very effective. Why? To tailor microstructure, increase secondary new phases, increase density, increase hardness, increase fracture toughness through these mechanisms. And also, I explained that maybe they have multiple oxide addition, they have side effect, or they have positive effect, all based on scientific data or basic theoretical background. So this became a kind of recommendation for future researcher to complete the work. So in review paper, you cannot just write, report what the previous people done, but also you need to analyze and to uh, describe and also scientifically make judgment. I don't mean you be critic or praise someone. No, no, not about that. But it is scientifically description how this overall work or what you expect. But all should be expectation based on the theoretical background. So that is the brief or tips and guidance how to write the review paper. But as we explained, it totally depend on the topic. Each topic maybe have different aspect with other topic. But in general, this kind of methodology and these steps will be very useful to write a review paper in a creative and systematic manner. I hope it will be useful, and in the next presentation, we talk about how to avoid plagiarism, how to uh, write abstract, how to write conclusion. Thank you very much and all the best for you. I wish you all the best.